Today we are going to be talking about how we can install our themes and our plugin. So the first thing we will do is we'll go to our appearance. That is where you're going to find your theme. Then you can click on themes. So once it loads, you can see these are the predefined installed themes. So we have 2025, 2024, 2023. So we'll go to add theme. I like to make use of Astra because of some features. So if you have, can you see on this side, you only have themes and editor. But if you're using Astra, you have more features. You can customize it more. And also Astra has a starter template, which means you can, with Astra, you can install some details. You can install some templates, some pages, and it can fast track your work. So for the scope of this course, we are going to be using Astra. So I have it, I will install it. And one thing you should take note of is you have to install first, then you activate. You can install without activating, you can activate later. But the first stage for any theme or any plugin, you have to install first, then you activate. So currently it is installing. So once the installation is done, then the next part of it is going to activate. So, and if it activates, you'll be able to see, can you see you can live preview, but you just activate. So once you are done activating, it will navigate you to a section that will show you that, these are the predefined themes that we have. So this is, can you see we have this one installed as well. So like I made mention of, can you see we have more elements now. We have themes, design, customize widgets, menu, theme editor. We are not going to be using any of these currently in our scope. Maybe our next course or our next topic, we might have something that will make use of the menu. So the next thing we want to do is our plugin. We want to install our plugin. So we navigate to plugin. You can see that currently we have no plugins installed. And if I click on add plugin, it will direct us to a page of plugin. Over here, this is a WordPress database for directories of plugins. So if you don't have any plugin installed, or if your plugin is not appearing, you can upload. But in this case, we are going to be using only one plugin for now, which is Elementor. So we will search for our Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. It helps you build your website. It creates a building block, and it is easier to use and easier to activate. So you can see, so Elementor website builder, more than just a page builder. And this one, we have over 10 million active installations. You can see others, but this is the one that we want to use for this scope. So you will allow it to install. Remember, you install your themes, your plugin, then you activate. You have to install first, then you activate. You can install and activate later, but for this scope, we are just going to be installing and we are going to activate. Creating our WordPress, you can see that you will see something like this, and also you will notice that there is something that shows Get Elementor Pro, which means you have to, if you need the full features of Elementor, you need to get a pro license. But for the scope of this training or this class, we are not going to be using anything. So we are only going to be using our Elementor. So the next thing that we have to do, we have to create our page. And the first thing we have to do is just navigate to the page, and our home page, our home or landing page, whichever name that you want to call yours, you can name it. So you notice that we have something with edit with Elementor. So, but the first thing we have to do is we have to give it a title, which is home page. Then we have to publish. The way I said, we have to install, then activate. Also, you have to publish your page. When you publish your page, it shows that it's like you're saving progress. So if you are working on Word, you have to click on save so that you don't lose your data. Also, if you are working on WordPress, you need to publish. To publish means you are saving the last one. You can so that you can access it on the front end and people can access it as well. So if you're working on a website, because you can be working on a live environment or maybe on a staging environment which is online, and multiple people, if you don't publish it, you might lose data. So always publish. Then the next thing is edit with Elementor. So when we click on edit with Elementor, it will load. It will pop up some details for us to do. It will pop out some details for us. So we have our page, and over here you're going to notice that this is our Elementor page. So we have some elements. We have this Elementor logo. We have the site settings. We have the structure. If you click on structure, you can see we don't have anything yet. Then we have our Astra settings. If you click on it, it will navigate to this side. Then we have our home page, the details. If you want to add new page, then we have our page settings. If you click on this, also it will navigate to this side. And we have our section, which means if you want to navigate from mobile to desktop to tablet. Remember, there's this law that says, there is a statistic that says 80% of websites or solutions are being accessed from mobile devices. So if you are creating a website, you have to ensure that your website is mobile responsive. So this is, we have to ensure that our website is responsive on desktop, tablet, and mobile as well. So let's go back to our elements. So we have the widgets, we have the global, then we have the layout, we have the container, the grid, the headings, the image, the basic, we have the text editor. We are going to be using some of these elements, not all. Over here you can see that we have the pro, and for the pro, if you navigate, you can see that there's an icon which shows for you to have it, for you to make use of it, you need to get the pro license. And since you are not using that, also we have the general tab where we have the tabs, accordion, the image box, icon. We are going to be using some of it, like I said. And we have others, link in bio. We have the single sites, the WooCommerce, the word. We are not going to be using some of it. We are going to be using some of it. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to set our page. We want to set our page in a way that how is it going to appear. And if you're an artist, you will understand what a canvas means. A canvas means like a plain sheet where you can draw or sketch. So over here, the one that we have something. We have this text which happens. You can use a text, or this is an alternative text from the site title. Also, if you have a logo, it will appear here. Then we have our menu, which is the home page and the sample page that we have so far. Then if you navigate to this section, you can see that this is the title of the page. You can see allow comments, add title. So then this is the page layout, default page layout that we have. We want to use canvas. If you click on it, you will see Elementor canvas, Elementor full width, and theme. Elementor canvas, like I said, is like a plain sheet where you can walk, you can sketch, or do whatever you want. Then we have the Elementor full width, where if you click on it, it's going to take all over the full section of your website. Then this theme, it is the page template or the page layout that you have set for your page. This is the default page layout that you have set for your theme. So if we are using Astra, it will select the theme, Astra theme. If you use another theme entirely, it's going to select the default. So for this case, we are going to be using Elementor canvas, but we have the default. I want to show you how the full width so it will load, and you will see that the interface is different. We have something, but the page title is gone. So, but for this class, we are going to be using Elementor canvas. A canvas, like I said, is like a plain sheet. So you can have it. Then you can see that we have our plain sheet. And another thing you can do is you can always drag. You can play around with this. You can see how the elements work. In our next class, we are going to be going fully to what we want to design. So if you click on it, it will navigate, or you can also go back to your element. You can drag, like I said, it is drag and drop. So whatever is aspect of design or you're going to be using. So see you in the next class. In our next class, we are going to be talking about every element, all the elements that we want to work on. Also, like I said, remember, you have to publish. Publishing is the same thing as saving your progress. So if you don't publish, you might lose your data. So you publish, it will send to the database. In this case, our local host, it will save our progress and we can proceed from there. Thank you and see you in the next class.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also turn on your notifications so you get notified whenever we post new content, and kindly share. See you in the next video.